Hi, everybody. It's me, Anna, from the Indiana channel. Will you please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel? Ta-ching! Hi, you guys. Well, it's Saturday, and it's Saturday afternoon. I didn't get to see my Fatsy guy this weekend because, well, they had some things they had to do. Today's Saturday, and I went to a funeral. And that's really really what I want to talk about today. Um, So once again, I'm in my car because I'm always driving, and that's okay. So wherever I can post a video in a moment when I'm feeling it, it's what I want to start doing. So that's why I want to do this now. Um, so I just left the funeral and took my son to get his medicine, and I got to see some of my grandkids and um, my kids. But this is the thing. This is really where I want to talk about this. So while I'm at the funeral today, I'm with my family. This is the family I married into when I was 16 years old. Uh, so they've been my family my whole life. And while I'm at the funeral today, and which going to a funeral is a very it's very emotional for many people. Um, and for someone like me, it's very emotional. And I find some peace though in with believing that our soul and our spirit lives on, and definitely goes on to a more peaceful realm off this earthly realm. Um, but that's what I choose to believe, and I'm okay with that, and it gives me some peace with some things that go on. But what I hear, and it's not. So today I'm at this funeral, and I'm listening to people that I haven't seen in a long time, and the last time I saw them was at a funeral. The time before that was at a funeral. The time before that, excuse me, I have a hair in my mouth. Was at a funeral, and I'm listening to people talk, and I hear people, well, the last time I saw you was at a funeral. Well, I haven't seen you for the last time we had a picture together was like 12 years ago. Uh, God, we really need to get together. And I've heard this at the last 3, 4, 5 funerals I've been to. And actually, there was a plan set today for a family reunion. And when I say this is still my family, this is still my family. Um, and I love a lot of people, in-laws, cousins, you know, my ex, his woman, whatever, my nieces, nephews, all these people are a part of my family. And when I see them, there's love, and I get to, we get to catch up and chit chat, um, and it hurts my heart to see how many families that I know are going through the exact same thing that we're talking about. Not seeing each other, um, you know, not doing family reunions. Everybody don't show up for birthday parties. Everybody don't show. When I was growing up, because my mom, it was just my mom, so we didn't have cousins. We didn't have aunts and uncles that we were around. It was just my mom and us kids. So when me and my siblings started having kids, I made it a point to try to do family events. I wanted my kids to have cousins. I wanted my kids to have aunts and uncles. Um, but as time has grown, people's moved away. Um, People's gotten mad at each other, and I see this in all families, like all families. I do understand if you've got somebody in your family that is just so far beyond, that they don't want to suit up and show up to family events. They are extensive reasons why some people can't be a part of a family. But for the most part, I hear a lot of people don't do things my way. People don't live the way I think they should live. I don't like their kids. Jealous of other people's kids, hurtful, and want to try to run somebody else's life and run other people's families. All these things I hear instead of just accepting people right where they are and loving people right where they are, because you know what, people, time is short on this earthly realm that we're on while we're in these meat suits right now. This is short, and it's going to go fast. And one day you're going to wake up, and that person you really love that you're mad at is going to be gone. I hear it everywhere. Not just in my family, not just in the family reunion I went to today, or I'm sorry, the funeral I went to today, where everybody got together. I hear from so many surrounding people that I know. that all these grudges we hold, all these expectations we put on people, all this anger we hold towards others in our family is only hurting. Our kids are doing without aunts and uncles. Our kids are doing without cousins because people want to be judgmental, unforgiving, unhealed, angry. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say this like this, but you know what? That person you really love that you're mad at or disappointed in or upset in because they made a bad choice, because they drink too much or they're on drugs or they went to prison or they didn't do something the way you think they should do it, or because their kids don't behave the way you want them to behave, or because you think that they think they're better than you, or you think you got guilt and shame so you're staying away from people. Time flies by, and one day, man, when somebody you really love but you're angry at isn't there anymore, I'm telling you, you don't want to live with that. That pain of regret is going to be worse than healing yourself and stop having expectations of someone else and realizing you got to love people right where they're. Because see, these people out here that are really hurt, are that are going through all these kids that are misbehaving, these are the people that need the most love. These are the ones that need some compassion. I'm not saying condone behavior. I'm not saying accept and be treated bad. I'm saying they need to be acknowledged. People need to know somebody loves them. People need to know that they are part of a family. They need to know they belong to somewhere, because sometimes, man, hurt people are the ones out here that are suffering, that feel all this guilt, that feel all this hurt, that feel all this anger, that are out here alone and feeling not a part of, are the ones that need compassion and love and understanding. And I know so many people say, well, you know what, they did that, or they're doing that, that's their own choice, or they made all these bad choices. That's so true. That's so true. But we don't really know the choices they had to choose from. You know, we're so busy pointing fingers and blaming people and being like, well, I don't want to be a part of that. You don't have to be a part of someone's lifestyle. You don't have to be a part of someone's life. But it don't hurt to pick up a phone and say, I love you. It don't hurt to call someone and send a message and check on them. It don't hurt to let someone know they're valued. I'm not saying you have to give people money to buy drugs. I'm not saying you have to let people live in your home. I'm saying we got to heal ourselves. And when we heal ourselves, a lot of the actions that other people do, we don't, it doesn't affect us as much as you think it would, or it's not as harsh, or it doesn't have as, we don't take accountability or responsibility for someone else's actions. And once we do that, and we heal, we can have compassion and understanding and love and kindness. You know, our family needs us. Our extended families need us. Our kids need us. Our grandkids need us. You know, if you can pick up a phone and call, you don't have to be 24 hours on call, but a message saying, I love you. How are you doing today? Are you okay? Do you need something to eat? Do you have a blanket? Drive safe? Do you need some food? You know, all those things matter. You know, instead, people that are really going through something are afraid to even call and ask anybody, because everybody wants to talk about them and put them down and belittle them. And what people don't understand, it in you know what, anybody's life can change in a second. You know, while you're judging and being disrespectful and condemning other people, you don't know where your life can take you, or where you could need help one day. And that person that you might be shunning or pushing away could be the one to help you. You know, and I don't want to sound like I think that, you know, every situation is a forgiving offense. Some things have happened that people, you know, got to work on, and I get that. And some people, you know, we got to heal, because if we don't start healing as adults and start healing as families, you know, our kids are suffering. Our kids are missing out on cousins and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and grandmas and grandpas, and out of anger, you know. Oh, okay, so I get, you know what, if your grandma's out here, your mom's out here, your sister's out here, and they're in really bad shape, and you ain't got to talk about them. to your kids. You ain't got to, make your kids think bad things. You know what? That person might out there might really need just some love and some compassion, and believe that they're a part of something. This ain't about me, because I mean, I don't feel shunned or abandoned, but I see it so much that people get so angry at people for making the same mistakes over and over again. And it's only because they haven't got the lesson. It's only because they haven't healed from some wounds. And hurt people are really suffering more than we know. Depression ain't no joke. Self-medicating ain't no joke. Healing is really hard. And it's really hard to do alone. So if you have family and try to be a little bit open-minded. Try to be a little more loving. Try to be a little more understanding, because you know what? You don't ever know when you might need somebody and what that person might really need, and how much showing love for someone or care or a message really matters to someone. Kindness goes a long way. Love goes a long way. Just a helping hand goes a long way. And that doesn't mean to take on anybody's responsibilities, but just to be a part of, a listening ear, caring. I don't know. It means a lot. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of families are suffering out because of anger and expectations. And I don't want to be a person to wake up one day and regret that I was mad at somebody in my family and didn't send a message or didn't check on them. I don't have to see anybody every day. I don't have to be a part of someone's life every day. But just only seeing people at funerals is really getting old. So, I try to send a message. This is not a pat on the back for me, but I try to send my kids and grandkids a message every day. And it may not be every day, but I'm at least phenomenal for 5 days a week, just to say hi, I love you, good morning. Because right now, that's the best I got. I can't buy them houses. I can't even buy my own. But I can show that I'm thinking about you. And sometimes just thinking about somebody, letting them know you love them, goes a long way. I think my kids deserve that. I think my grandkids deserve that. I can't take them someplace every weekend, but I can tell them I love them, because I do. I just wanted to share that today. Maybe we could really start thinking about that. Healing thing is important, and love and kindness is huge. Our families are our families. We don't choose them. You know what I mean? But they still need us. A lot of people do. Kindness goes a long way. Anyway, with that being said, this is kind of a long video because I get kind of emotional sometimes. And my heart really goes out to people that I know. Man, even if they're making the same mistakes over and over again, they're still human beings. And they still need love. Anyway, with that being said, I love you guys. And I hope everybody's having a really good weekend. And I love you. I miss you, horse's butt. Because I do. Anyway, I hope I get to see you next weekend. All right. I love you guys. Everybody have a really good night. And I hope you have a good weekend. All right. Good night. Oh, wait. Will you please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel? And will you share my videos? Cha-ching. Bye.